Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to go through everything you need to know on how to grow dahlias at home. I'm going to go through the basics of a dahlia tuber, choosing the correct container to grow them in, how to plant them correctly, and advice on how to care for them for a non-stop flower all the way until first frost. And I also have a progress update on how the dahlia has been growing. So be sure to watch the video right till the end for guaranteed success, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Dahlias grow from underground tubers, which are essentially thick fleshy roots. This particular variety is called Tahiti Sunrise, is one which I grow every year. Every autumn I dig my tubers up from the ground and I overwinter them, which by the way I have a video for and I'll leave it in the description for you guys. The first thing to do is to inspect your tubers. You need to make sure that no part of the tuber is either dead, damaged or diseased. The most important thing to look for when you're inspecting your tubers is to make sure that the tubers are actually firm and not soft. If they are soft, then that means that they have rotted away and you can simply remove them. I've had a good look at this one and this one is perfect. A quick tip with a tuber of this size, it's always worth just loosening it with your hands to see if you can get any new tubers that separate from the plant. So for example, I can see this one is quite loose, so I'll see if I can just slowly pull it away from the main plant. There we go. Now this is a brand new plant. I think we may have another one here as well which we could separate from the mother plant quite easily. Yes, there we go. And again, this is a brand new plant. So we have 3 plants now from one plant. I'm going to start off by potting this one up. Let's open this up and see what it looks like. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is just have a quick look around, make sure that there's no dead, damaged or diseased parts on the tuber, and upon first inspection this is looking very good. You can plant tubers directly into the ground once the first frost has passed, but in this video I'm going to start off my tuber in this pot here. This one is an 18-litre pot, and the reason why you want a large size pot for a dahlia is because you're able to get a lot more compost in there, and by doing so the dahlia won't dry out. Dahlias are hungry plants and it's essential to keep the compost moist at all times. Before we add in the compost, we just need to make sure that we have drainage holes at the bottom. This will allow the water to drain out and prevent the tuber from rotting. Let's go ahead and add in the compost. Now what we want to do is to take our tuber and position it into the compost. The way we identify which way this goes in is, if you look closely, this was the original stump. So we want to make sure that this stump is pointing upwards, and when we position this into the pot, this is just above surface level. So take your tuber and just position it in the middle of the pot. I will need to dig a hole a bit deeper than that one, so I'm just going to use my hands and just take away some soil to one side. I'm going to position that in now. That looks a bit better, and you can see that's still the original stump there. The bulk of the tuber, or the rest of the tuber, is now under the compost, and that's exactly what we want. By the way, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button and share this video with your friends and family. Now there are 2 more important steps remaining. Before we get to them, what I like to do whenever I'm growing any flowers in pots is to add white stones. Now all I'm going to do is to place these on top of the dahlia tuber and around the pot. What these will do is it will help keep the moisture in the pot. It will also prevent any weeds from growing and competing with the dahlia. And finally, it looks absolutely stunning. Adding the stones on top like this, it's not going to prevent the dahlia from growing. it will shoot through quite happily. There are 2 more steps remaining, and the first one is to label it. The final thing to do is to water it. Go ahead and give it a good soak until you can see the water coming out from the bottom. Once you have completed your pot and watered it well, this is what it will look like. And here is a progress update on how the dahlia has been growing. This is about 4 weeks old now, and you can see it's been growing very nicely, and we also have a second shoot coming out from the bottom there. Now, I left this in the garden since the day I planted it. We didn't have any frost, and even if we did, the stones on the top would have protected the tuber. This will now double in size almost every week. If you've enjoyed this video, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash that like button, and share this video with your friends and family. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.